Did you know the secret to a Virgo's success isn't what you think? It's not just about their meticulous planning or their legendary attention to detail. No, it's something much deeper, a hidden strength that powers their every move. We're about to uncover the real reason Virgos so often find themselves at the top, and it might just change the way you see them forever. Let's start with a story. Meet Maya, a classic Virgo. Her desk was a masterpiece of organization, her schedule was planned to the minute, and her work was flawless. She was the go-to person in her marketing firm. The one everyone relied on to get things done perfectly, but despite her competence, Maya felt stuck. She watched as colleagues, who she felt were less dedicated, got promotions and recognition she deserved. Her boss, Mr. Henderson, would always praise her work, saying, "Excellent as always, Maya," but the conversation never went further. She was reliable, but she wasn't seen as a leader. Maya's frustration grew. She doubled down on what she knew best. She worked harder. She stayed later, rechecked every report 3 times instead of 2, and color-coded her files in a new, even more efficient system. But nothing changed. She was just digging herself deeper into the role of the dependable worker bee. This is a common trap for Virgos. Their greatest strength, their perfectionism, can become their biggest obstacle. They get so caught up in making everything perfect that they forget to look at the bigger picture. They focus on the how so intensely that they lose sight of the why. One evening, buried under a pile of reports, Maya had a breakthrough. It came from an unlikely source: a casual chat with the office janitor, an older man named Ben. He saw her exhausted face and said, "You work harder than anyone here, Ms. Maya. But sometimes the hardest work isn't on the paper. It's in the connections you make." His simple words struck a chord. Maya realized she had been so focused on her tasks that she had neglected the human element of her job. She saw her colleagues as distractions and small talk as a waste of time. She was an island of perfect work in an ocean of collaborative energy. This realization is the first key to a Virgo's secret to success: service, not just serving the task, but serving the people. Virgos have an innate desire to be helpful, to fix things, to make things better, but when this is channeled only into tasks, they become isolated. The true power of a Virgo is unlocked when they direct their analytical and helpful nature towards understanding and supporting the people around them. It's about shifting from "how can I make this project perfect" to "how can I help my team succeed with this project?" So Maya decided to try an experiment. The next morning, instead of diving straight into her emails, she went to the coffee machine. She struck up a conversation with Alex from the design team, asking about his weekend and listening, really listening, to his answer. She learned he was struggling with a new software. The old Maya would have seen this as his problem. The new Maya saw an opportunity. She spent 20 minutes researching the solution and sent him a helpful link. Alex was floored. Later that week, during a tense project meeting, instead of just silently correcting an error in a presentation, Maya gently pulled the presenter aside during a break. She framed her feedback constructively, saying, "I have an idea that might make this slide even stronger." The colleague was grateful, not defensive. Maya started using her sharp eye not to find fault, but to find opportunities to lift others up. She was still a perfectionist, but her perfectionism now had a purpose beyond the task itself. It was about perfecting the team's performance, not just her own. What happened next was remarkable. The office atmosphere around Maya began to change. People started coming to her not just for her perfect reports, but for her advice. They saw her as a supportive ally, not a silent critic. Alex from design went out of his way to create stunning visuals for her next proposal. The colleagues she helped in the meeting publicly credited her for the project's success. She was building bridges, not just spreadsheets. This leads us to the second, and most crucial, part of the Virgo secret: discernment. Virgos have an incredible ability to see flaws. It's a superpower. But often, they use it to criticize themselves and the world around them, leading to anxiety and a feeling that nothing is ever good enough. The successful Virgo learns to use this power with discernment. They learn to distinguish between a flaw that is critical and needs fixing, and a minor imperfection that can be let go. Maya started applying this to her own work. She asked herself, does this extra hour of polishing this report truly add value, or is my time better spent mentoring the new intern? She learned to delegate, trusting others even if their work wasn't exactly how she would have done it. This was hard. It required her to let go of control, a Virgo's biggest fear. But in doing so, she freed up her own time and energy to focus on high-impact, strategic tasks, the kind of work that gets you noticed for a promotion. Her boss, Mr. Henderson, started to see a new Maya. He saw a leader who not only produced flawless work, but also elevated the entire team. He saw someone who was strategic, not just tactical. During her next performance review, the conversation was different. He didn't just praise her reports. He praised her influence. Maya, he said, you've become the heart of this team. You're not just doing the work, you're making the work, and the people, better. We need that in a leadership role. 3 months later, Maya was promoted to marketing manager. Her success wasn't because she stopped being a Virgo. It was because she learned to wield her Virgo traits in their highest form. She channeled her perfectionism into service for others and used her critical eye with discerning wisdom. She didn't abandon her nature, she evolved it. This is the secret. The path to success for a Virgo isn't about becoming less of who they are. It's not about abandoning their love for order, detail, and quality. It's about elevating those traits. It's about transforming their analytical mind from a tool of criticism into a tool of service. It is about turning their need for perfection from a source of personal anxiety into a force for collective improvement. So, if you're a Virgo feeling stuck, look around you. Where can you apply your incredible skills not just to a task, but to a person? How can you use your sharp eye not just to find what's wrong, but to find what could be made better for everyone? Shift your focus from perfecting the page to empowering the people. Your desire to help is your greatest gift. When you direct it outwards with wisdom and discernment, you don't just become successful. You become indispensable. You become the leader you were always meant to be. That is the true, unlocked power of a Virgo. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, let us know in the comments. And for more insights into unlocking your own potential, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.